DBS News. Fresh in the morning. Eye-opening and balanced. The DBS Morning News starts right now.
This morning's headlines: the southern community of Pishle hit by a large landslide. The Ministry of National Security is responding to the landslide. The minister responsible for national security, Rayburn Blackmore, joins us live in a short while. Details of the morning news right after this.
Need one trusted place to stock up for your home, shop, or business? Fine Foods Inc. Distribution has got you covered. From dry goods and frozen foods to your favorite drinks, alcoholic and non-alcoholic, plus all the household must-have. We've got it all under one roof. We're right here in Jimmy Dominica. And yes, we deliver fast. Whether you're running a supermarket, a corner shop, a bar, or just like your pantry full and happy, Fine Foods Inc. brings you the best brands you know and love. Great prices, top-tier service, trusted products. Call us at 255-6810 or 316-0164 or drop by our Jimmy location to check out what's in store. Fine Foods Inc.
Fine Foods Inc. The biggest distributor for the biggest brand.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
So fast pay on you an easy way to pay. So fast pay. So fast pay.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
So fast pay. 2 minutes and you're on your way. So fast pay. So fast pay.
Flow is keeping you connected.
DBS News.
Welcome back to the DBS Major Morning News. Of course, the southern community of Pishle, a landslide took place there at the weekend. The Ministry of National Security is responding. The Ministry of National Security, as we told you, they are responding. The Minister, Rayburn Blackmore, joins us live this morning. Mr. Blackmore, good morning. Welcome to the DBS Morning News.
Good morning to you, Curtis, and good morning to your wonderful listeners. Good morning.
Thank you very much for joining us. Give us an understanding, Mr. Blackmore, what took place in Pishle over the weekend.
Well, during the night of Saturday, as you may have heard and learned, Curtis, and that is on January 24th, 2026, into the morning of Sunday, a landslide occurred in the Pishle area along the construction site of the Lubetti Bakatel Road rehabilitation project. The landslide originated from the slope in the area where the sloping is being done on that road. A place that is called the Papayam area, and that resulted in the displacement of material alongside the Fishing River Channel. Side visit, and I want to take this opportunity to really express on behalf of the government and people of this country my gratitude to the government officials and also members of the constructing team for the diligence. The site visits were actually carried out throughout the day, that is yesterday, by various agencies to assess the extent of the landslide. With a view to determine one, its interaction with the river and possible risks to the community downstream, that is to say members of the Fisher community. At the time of that assessment, and I want to emphasize that in clear and simple terms, there was no risk of immediate threat to life or property downstream. I also want to say here this morning, Curtis, vehicular traffic access on the bypass, that is to say between Bishop and Fishley, has not been affected by that incident. And therefore, inter-community linkage between the adjoining communities, that is to say Bishop and Fishley into Granby and further afield, that is not affected. I want to emphasize again, based on the advice and report generated by that assessment team, there is no risk of immediate threat to life or property downstream. I want at this point to give an appreciation as to the level of the response and the composition of the team that actually constructed that assessment. The permanent secretary and on other technical staff of the Ministry of Public Works, and of course the project engineer on the project. There's also a project consultant who was present, civil engineers, and also on that site visit was an engineer with the level of competence in the area of geotechnical engineering, and support staff of that consulting team. The officers of the police force, officers of the fire and ambulance services, and I want to really actually pause the courtesy of your permission to commend the officers. They were there from early morning. And also, we had officers of the Forestry and Wildlife and Parks Division and the acting coordinator of the Office of Disaster Management and other staff members, and coordinating that assessment and the work that is being done between the various agencies that just referenced. I want to also say early, as I say in that discussion this morning, that that assessment team stayed in the area during the day into the night time. And a number of other things were actually done. And of course, we were able to deploy, when I say we, I mean the Office of Disaster Management and the Fire and Services Department, drones to get proper footages to actually identify possible public hazards areas. And dialogue was held with the Fisher Village Council, and to ensure that they themselves are properly apprised of the situation. And also, from what I've been advised on the report contained there in the report before me, that there was also dialogue with members of the community of Fishley. And that is important in the event there's a need to have a contingency plan for possible evacuation in the event that that has to be done when the slide is being cleared. Now, importantly, and it's important for us to take that into consideration, because paramount is the safety of the people of the Fisher community and all the members living in that general location. So the area where the landslide took place. That is on the original road itself that is being actually widened by way of slope stabilization. It's essentially a construction site. So as a precautionary measure, that area has been cordoned off. So the public, members of the public, should avoid actually traversing that area because that area is a construction site. And as I said earlier on, there was a bypass constructed to facilitate vehicular traffic access and access for pedestrians wishing to traverse the adjoining communities. So what is the way forward? Now, as you know, we have been experiencing constant rain, and therefore an assessment had to be made yesterday as to when the contractor is to mobilize the requisite machinery to actually clear the slide. So that will start this morning. And the members of the team that I just referenced, they're going to go back to the area to ensure that mitigation measures can be actually adhered to for the express purpose of ensuring that the safety and security of the residents downstream, and those elements actually can be preserved. So, in terms of the weather forecast, that in itself will actually assist in the actual clearing of the landslide. And from what we have been advised by the weather forecast, you have some intermittent rain today, not as significant as yesterday and the days before, and into Tuesday, a dry day basically. So that in itself, the weather will be more favorable for the actual clearing of the slide. The intention is to ensure that the river is not disturbed in any way, that the river can flow properly, and of course the hydraulics of the river can be enhanced. So that's basically what it is this morning in terms of as to what transpired, and government's actually rapid and response. So, and again, I want to put on record my appreciation and that of the government, and of course on behalf of the people of the country, of this country too. And you have excellent public officers, public servants who have been out there. And in particular, I want to commend the acting coordinator for her diligence, and everybody who has been there from morning, and of course going back to the site.
Mr. Blackmore, we are running out of time, but about a long-term strategy for the area, I'm sure that is being discussed.
Well, let me just put a on record. What is happening there is not a knee-jerk exercise. As you're perfectly aware, Curtis, that the government of Dominica, through its National Resilience Development Strategy, which has a 2030 time horizon, and has outlined a framework for rebuilding a climate resilient and sustainable development. And that encompasses, therefore, reconstructing our roads with a view of making our roads, one, more resilient, safer, and more secure. And so as we speak, what is happening in Granby, that is to say from Lubia to Bacatel, is the reconstruction of that road where, by way of grant funding, in excess of $116 million is being spent. And that level of reconstruction entails certain intervention to say that is to say the widening of the road, the installation of proper drainage, box culvert, and slope stabilization. And when that road will be complete, the safety and security of the people of Bellevue, Pishley, Bacatel, Granby, anyone traversing that road, whether it's by way of vehicular traffic access or by way of walking, your security will be significantly enhanced. You'll have wider carriageway, that is the width of the road, and better drainage, and of course, less possibility for landslide. And at the end of the day, the river channel will be much improved, and no loose material will be actually remain in the river, Christian River, or any natural water course. And you have to also appreciate upstream on the mountaintop, we also have a number of natural watercourses. They're dry, but with heavy rain, of course, that changes, and that in itself can facilitate or cause landslide. And that is what the sloping of the road intends to do, is to enhance the security of the road for road users.
Mr. Blackmore, thank you very much. We will speak with you again on that Pishley situation, but thank you very much for bringing us up to date on the response from the government in Pishley so far. Thank you very much, Mr. Rayburn Blackmore, the Minister for National Security. I'm told that you will be on your Calypso program tonight on DBS at 9:30. We will be looking for you. Other news this morning, the Managing Director of the National Bank of Dominica, Annette Severin-Lestrade, says the launch of the bank's small business unit represents a new day for small businesses in Dominica. The launch of the NBD Small Business Unit took place on Friday.
Approximately 9 months ago, we stood on this very street, Old Street, to officially open our Old Street branch with a promise to continue delivering quality service and thoughtfully tailored products to our customers. Today, we return to the same street to celebrate bold ideas, new opportunities, and the spirit of entrepreneurship. It is here on Old Street that the National Bank of Dominica Limited proudly launches a small business unit, a dedicated space designed to support, empower, help grow the dreams of Dominica's small business community. At NBD, we are revolutionizing the way you bank. The small business unit is designed to be a one-stop hub for micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises, offering guidance, financial solutions, and tools that help businesses grow, innovate, and succeed.
And that's the Managing Director of the National Bank of Dominica, Annette Severin-Lestrade. We will explore that story in more details sometime today on the DBS News. Finally, this morning, the United States has officially withdrawn from the World Health Organization, leaving the UN agency without one of its biggest donors. The U.S. President Donald Trump signed an executive order signaling the withdrawal a year ago, having criticized the organization for being too China-centric during the COVID-19 pandemic. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services said it took the decision due to the World Health Organization's alleged mishandling of the pandemic, an inability to reform, and political influence from member states. The World Health Organization has rejected the claims, and its director said over the weekend the withdrawal was a loss for the U.S. and the world by extension. That too is the Morning News. The Sports Report comes up shortly.
Need one trusted place to stock up for your home, shop, or business? Fine Foods Inc. Distribution has got you covered. From dry goods and frozen foods to your favorite drinks, alcoholic and non-alcoholic, plus all the household must-have. We've got it all under one roof. We're right here in Jimmy Dominica. And yes, we deliver fast. Whether you're running a supermarket, a corner shop, a bar, or just like your pantry full and happy, Fine Foods Inc. brings you the best brands you know and love. Great prices, top-tier service, trusted products. Call us at 255-6810 or 316-0164 or drop by our Jimmy location to check out what's in store. Fine Foods Inc.
Fine Foods Inc. The biggest distributor for the biggest brand.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
Fast pay, a new and easy way to pay. Fast pay, fast pay.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
Fast pay, 2 minutes and you're on your way. Fast pay, fast pay.
Flow is keeping you connected.
Covering the nation and beyond. DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Here's a quick tip from MBD.
A quick tip from the National Bank of Dominica Limited. Scammers may send fake emails or texts. Remember, NBD will never ask you to reset your more banking password or share your card PIN, CVV, or other sensitive information this way. Stay alert. Stay secure. When in doubt, contact NBD, your partner, your bank.
Let's begin the DBS Morning Sports Report with football news. A tough start for the national under-17 women's football team as they were humbled in their opening Group A match of the CONCACAF under-17 qualifiers in Nicaragua on the weekend. Dominica went down by 7 goals as they lost to the Dominican Republic. The Dominican Republic opened the scoring in the 8th minute and never looked threatened as they cruised to a 7-0 win. James Martinez got a brace and Kaylin Jimenez also got 2 goals for the Dominican Republic. In other results from Group A, Nicaragua pounded Belize by 6-0. The national under-17 team will be back in action again tonight when they take on host country Nicaragua. Other sports this morning, the interim head coach of the national men's football team, Kurt Hurd, says there were lots of positives to take from last weekend's scrimmage with the national team as they continue to build for next month's CONCACAF friendly series. Hurd says the players looked decent at times in their first full 90-minute practice match.
It was really good. We had one team effectively play as the opposition that we'll face in the tournament, and one team play how we want to play. I think the boys were really good, slow to build into the game. Bear in mind the Premier League's been off for a while, there's been no training. The guys were slow to come into the game, but I thought between minute 10, 45, there was a lot of high quality football being played. It was really good, high intensity. Second half, the quality, the shape, everything seemed to drop out of the game. That's something we need to look at, we need to improve on. As I said, it doesn't help with the Premier League having been off for a while, players not in training, but there was lots and lots of positives to take from that, and that's what we'll focus on.
All right, Coach, you had a week with the guys. Based on that week, were you satisfied with the stuff that you were trying to implement? Was that implemented in that first game? Yeah, absolutely. The thing that pleased me most, and I said to the guys at half-time there, was that we were able to talk about how they felt. What did we do well, what didn't we do well? And they were able to articulate and communicate the things that we spoke about all week, and why or where we were failing in doing that in terms of certain pressure points and moments of the game where people should be certain places. And for them to be able to articulate that after 3 training sessions, fantastic. And that for me was really pleasing. I think we're getting the message across. Are we able to implement it yet? No. But certainly we're getting the message across. And the more that we can get on the field with the guys, I'm very, very confident we'll get there shortly with them.
And that's the interim head coach of the senior men's national football team, Kurt Hurd. Let's move to some cricket news. The West Indies player Joel Andrew hit a half-century, and spinners Micah McKenzie and Vital Laws did the damage with the ball as the West Indies under-19 team got past Ireland to open up their campaign in the Super 6 stage of the Under-19 World Cup with a win. The West Indies batted first. They made 226 all out. Joel Andrew hit 66. Jonathan Van Lang and Edian Racha got 28 runs each. The West Indies looking to defend 226. They were under a little pressure before the spinners pulled things back. Micah McKenzie took 4 for 36. Vital Laws 2 for 41 to restrict Ireland to 164 for 7 after 40 overs before the match was stopped because of rain. The West Indies won by 25 runs via the Doc Lewis method. Well, Micah McKenzie, he was named man of the match.
I'm feeling pretty excited. It's not every day you really get to get figures like this in a match, because sometimes you will bowl good and you wouldn't get any sort of results, and then probably wouldn't have your best day, and then you will get a lot of wickets, and I'm just thankful to getting 4 today.
Talking about bowling your best and not getting the results in previous games, Vital Laws was the man reaping the benefits. Today, you worked in tandem and you reaped it. What is it that you felt you did adequately today?
Well, it all comes from, I went back to the hotel. I messaged one of the world's best wrist spinners, DBS Shamsi, and I asked a bit of questions to him. He honestly gave me some advice, some vital advice that I actually forget, and I implemented them in the warm-ups today. Spoke to the coach, and he told me he has a very good feeling about the game today for me, but this is just what cricket is about. He says, every day won't be like a day you'll take a lot of wickets or you'll take any wickets at all. I mean, just hearing what DBS Shamsi has to say and what coach told me this morning, I just went about it and didn't think much about what I was going to do today. I just went and executed.
And that's the man of the match, Micah McKenzie. The win moves the West Indies into 3rd place in the Super 6 stage on 4 points as they trail Australia and Afghanistan. The West Indies captain Joshua Dawn says it was a good display from the spinners.
Well, the team is feeling really, really good. Still some areas to improve on. Pretty, I would say, okay batting effort, but backed up by the bowlers in the second half.
Let's talk about things in the field now. On the positive side, Micah McKenzie getting the real benefit of good bowling today.
Yeah, I think I saw it coming for him. Started the tournament bowling really well. Didn't really get a lot of wickets. Laws was in the wickets early on, but today he came and hit his shots from early on, and he
And that's the West Indies captain, that's the under-19 captain, Joshua Dawn. The West Indies' next game will be on Wednesday against Australia. Let's stay with cricket news. The Bangladesh Cricket Board says they will not challenge a decision by the International Cricket Council, ICC, to have them removed from the upcoming Men's T20 World Cup. The ICC has replaced Bangladesh with Scotland. The decision comes after nearly 3 weeks of negotiations with the Bangladesh Cricket Board over its refusal to send a team to India due to security concerns. Bangladesh had asked for their games to be switched from India, citing safety concerns, and demanded to play them in Sri Lanka, which is co-hosting the tournament instead. Scotland will now take Bangladesh's place in the Group C and will face the West Indies on the 7th of February. The West Indies head coach Darren Sammy says the upcoming T20 World Cup will be a tightly contested tournament. Sammy says a number of teams are capable of winning the tournament, and the World Cup will come down to who executes consistently.
I think every team has a chance. We want to win. England wants to win. Afghanistan wants to win. New Zealand, I'm sure. South Africa. Everybody wants to win. So again, it's being able to go to India and play your best cricket. And even though sometimes you might have to win some ugly games, but again, it's that momentum in tournaments is key. And picking up that momentum at the right time, and the belief and the execution, that's a good combination for success.
And that's the West Indies head coach, Darren Sammy. Well, the West Indies, they are without a number of senior players. They were, in fact, without a number of senior players in Afghanistan. Here again is Darren Sammy.
I think the purpose of this trip, now have the guys, senior players, Shea Hope, Ross and Chase, Robman Powell, Shofane Rutherford, Jason Holder, all these guys, Shepherd, all these guys were missing. So in preparing for the World Cup, we could not have done that. But we had positions and roles that we still wanted to be clear on and give that final tick in that box. But also it created an opportunity for us to give other players a run to see where they are. Case in point, Shamar Springer, in his first game, bowled brilliantly. He was a change we made. Samson got an opportunity. Matthew Ford, both of these guys coming from injury. Shamar Joseph coming from an injury. So we got an opportunity to see where they are at leading into the World Cup. South Africa, we got 3 games. That again, with the full World Cup team, it start building momentum and that synergy that you need as a team to head into the World Cup.
And that's the West Indies head coach, Darren Sammy. Of course, the West Indies going down to Afghanistan 2-1 in their 3-match T20 series. The West Indies will play South Africa in a 3-match T20 series starting on Tuesday. The team is scheduled to be announced later today. Finally, India cruised to an 8-wicket win over New Zealand to take an unbeatable 3-0 lead in their 5-match T20 series Sunday. New Zealand posted 153 for 9 in their 20 overs, with Glenn Phillips hitting 48, Michelle Satner 27. Jasprit Bumrah picked up 3 for 17 for India. India needed just 10 overs to chase down the runs, hitting 155 for 2. Sharma ended not out 68, and Yadav unbeaten on 57. India won by 8 wickets and leads the series, the 3-match series, 3-0. And Joe Root hit a patient half-century to guide England to a 5-wicket win over Sri Lanka in the second one-day on the weekend in Sri Lanka. Batting first, Sri Lanka posted 219. Asalanka had 45, De Silva 40. Joe Root picked up 2 for 13. Overton 2 for 21 for England.